Hello, Feral friends. Welcome back to Feral. I'm your host, Savana Montana, and today is a very special day. Today is America's birthday, and it's not just any birthday for her. It's her 250th anniversary birthday. I'm celebrating in the studio on the 4th of July. Yes, today is actually Saturday, July 4th, 2026. So I'm in the studio with you guys recording America's birthday. That's what this episode is all about. Hence my attire. Also, hence the new Feral merch. I don't know if you guys love this as much as I do. Let me try to show you. So excited. I'm so excited. I just got new merch in 2 days ago. I think it was like Thursday. Yeah, probably. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, Feral merch coming your way. I've got a lot of fun new stuff that I want you guys to see. So hopefully you love it as much as I do and you can order some for yourself. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to get into some crazy topics. So I'm actually going to go through 40 Feral facts about America's history that I myself can't even believe are true. We're also going to play a game of American red flags that I'm very excited about and just give America the appreciation that she deserves because we are so proud to be Americans. Are we not? Okay, let's get into it. I don't need to keep going on with this. Let's go. Tell you who the fuck I think I am. You got a minute? Wow. I, as most of you know, would consider myself to be an aggressive American. Okay, because I'm an aggressive lover, I'm an aggressive friend, I'm aggressive about most things. My mind, she's aggressive, okay? And I think there's a lot of feral Americans out there. I think most of us are aggressively in love with our country. But on the flip side of that, we have some red flags. We've got some issues that we should probably deal with. We could admit that we're wrong a lot of the time, not all the time, but sometimes. Most countries can, but Americans are special, okay? We're a very special breed of human. So let's talk about red flags versus national treasure. I'm basically gonna give you guys some different stats on being an American, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on whether I think it's a red flag or I think it's a national treasure. So play along with me. First on the list, clapping on airplanes. This is a red flag for me. Why are we clapping when we land? I get a lot of people are afraid of flying, super cool, and it's funny. It's happened to me a lot as being a former flight attendant. Yes, I have been on plenty of planes that people clap when they land, but I think it's fucking weird. The pilot did his job. He got us here safely. And I'm sure they appreciate it up front, but they don't give a shit that much because it's just, I don't know. I think it's a red flag. I don't think it's a national treasure. I bet it happens in other countries too, but the frequency that it happens at, I think is a little bit too much. That's just me. Next, this one really gets to me. Saying I'm literally starving when you're sitting in a restaurant. I don't know if this is a pet peeve of mine just because of how I was brought up or how I was raised or my own relationship with food, which as most of us know, it was not a healthy relationship for most of my life. But saying that you're starving in a country like America is just not cool. We should just not say that. And I get that it's a normal thing and we don't mean it to be rude or offensive or off-putting or whatever. But I know I'm not the only person that was raised saying, you better clean your plate. There's kids in Africa that are starving. I know that I'm not the only one, okay? So if you had that growing up, which also probably not, I'm not gonna tell my kids that because I think that probably had something to do with my relationship with food and cleaning a plate and then becoming overweight. We're not gonna go there. But we're not starving. None of us are starving. The portions are huge. This is a red flag. We need to stop saying that because you guys know me. I think it's very important what comes out of your mouth and how you speak to yourself and what you speak into existence. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give it a red flag. I'm not going with national treasure on that one. Absolutely not. Owning 12 Stanley Cups. I'm going to go with national treasure on this. Even though I only have my one pink Yeti that you guys usually see on the show with me, which shout out to me for being a dumbass and not bringing my water with me today. Probably another thing Americans don't do, red flag. We don't drink enough water, but maybe that's just a human thing. Maybe that's not an American thing. But yeah, owning 12 Stanley Cups, I'll give it a national treasure. You guys can own as many Stanley Cups as you want. Do what you got to do. I don't know why we need so many of them, but if it makes you happy, you live in a free country, buy whatever the fuck you want. That's where I'm at with that. Going to a Costco on a Saturday willingly. That's crazy. I'm giving that a red flag. That gives me anxiety. That would give me anxiety on a Tuesday. Yeah, no, I'm not running around Costco on a Saturday. Hopefully not any day. You can Instacart Costco now. Another American thing. Instantly everything. We have to have everything right away at convenience. The tip of our fingers. It's like, oh, we push a button and it shows up at our door. We're so toxic in that way, but we're also brilliant. I'm not going to get into that conversation, but I'm going to give the going to Costco willingly on a Saturday, red flag. No. Ooh, this one I'm guilty of. A truck that has never seen dirt. I live in South Florida. It rains a lot, okay? And I love my Hummer. Man, I love my Hummer. I really do. And guess what? It's not even gas powered. It's not even diesel powered. It is fully electric. That doesn't even make sense, actually. It actually doesn't even make sense. Huge, big ass pickup. All my friends are like, how do you drive that? That's what you drive? Your truck is so big. They get inside it. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you drive this around. I'm like, dude, I can't imagine driving anything else around. And then before this, I had the Gladiator, got the level kit, got the tires, got all the things. Big truck, live in South. It's great for the rain, but being a girl from Montana, my first vehicle was a 1993 Chevy Silverado pickup. We call it BK. It still runs. It was a ranch truck. It was previously owned by my great-grandfather, and it still runs today. They use it to take trash to the dump. Hell yeah. So that's necessary. But yeah, no, I think like the big trucks and all that stuff in places like Florida or other places on the East, I don't know. Like if you're not on a ranch, no, it's not necessary, but iconic as fuck because Americans do that. And I'm not really sure why. So I'm going to give that one a national treasure out of my own self-guilt of driving massive vehicles I don't necessarily need. I just like. Welcome to being American. Another one I'm guilty of, wearing cowboy boots in downtown Miami. Okay, again, fair on my behalf, grew up on a ranch in Montana. I own more cowboy boots than I would willingly like to tell you guys, okay? But I also grew up wearing cowboy boots and I love them and I have an addiction and it's a problem and I should deal with it. But you know what? I'm gonna throw some people under the bus. Not everybody, you all don't have the right to wear cowboy boots, okay? In downtown Miami. You gotta really own that shit. It became a fad. It really did become like this thing where country became cool. I and so many of my friends from back home, we were all country before it was cool. Okay? So have some respect and know your place in the world. And I'm gonna give red flag or national treasure. National treasure for the real homies that actually grew up in the country. Red flag if you didn't, and it's just like you're going through a fashion phase there. That's what I'll do. I'll keep it real on both sides. This is solid too. Putting ranch on everything. All right, so this is like more of a Midwest thing. I grew up putting ranch on everything. Ranch on cheese sticks, ranch on every single salad, ranch on pizza, ranch on wings, ranch on, like if you're eating something, French fries, dipping them in ranch. Ranch on everything. This is a national treasure. Don't touch that one. Don't touch it. This is what Americans do. Also, like I said, more of a Midwest thing because when you eat ranch in the Midwest, it's made from scratch. Dude, it's homemade goodness. It's not and let me talk some shit. I know Alex Cooper loves her Hidden Valley Ranch and I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her out of sheer respect, but homemade ranch compared to bottled ranch, you can't compare the two. You can't. It's not the same. Also, other places on the East Coast would understand this, like Philly, and like homemade ranch is a real thing. That's a national treasure. We're keeping that alive forever and ever. And then if you are like gonna reach for a bottle of the Cisco shit, like that trashy at a restaurant, or like today, it's the 4th of July and you're going to eat a salad that's been sitting in the sun on a picnic table for 2.5 hours and there's a big ass bottle of warm Hidden Valley right next to it. You're going to douse it in that shit. Like there's a time and place, but ranch on everything. Yes, that's a real American thing. National treasure. I'm going to shut up about it now. I don't know why I'm so passionate about this. Moving on. Gender reveals. Okay. I'm going to go with red flag because I think that they're a fad. Do you remember, everybody remembers this, when this became a thing. And I'm not shitting on people who do gender reveals. I too will probably do a gender reveal. So here we go. But if your gender reveal requires the fire department to come put something out, that's a red flag. We're taking it too far. We're taking it too far. Okay. If you have to call the city and be like, hey, I want to light off fireworks because I'm having a boy and I need the fireworks to be blue and it's going to be on this day in my backyard. Can you give me the green light? Too much. Too much. But guess what? That's what Americans are. We are too much. We're loud. We're ridiculous. We're a lot. So yes and no. I'm giving that one a red flag. Like, keep it simple. Then you see the cute, simple ones where it's just like the husband and wife and they dip a champagne glass into a cake and it's pink and they're like, oh my God, we're having a baby girl. I love you so much. And it was like a 5-second video. Great. One extreme to the next. Moving on. The HOA president energy. In America, I don't know if there's HOAs in other countries, to be honest with you, because I'm American. So I don't know that information offhand. But I'm going to go with red flag because the only deal when I was running dispo in real estate that I didn't move was because of an HOA president. And I am clearly still not over it. So if you have HOA president energy in the United States of America and you know who you are, I have yet to meet a cool ass HOA president. And if you're out there, comment below. Would love to meet you. I bet you're a real G. Maybe. But 99.9% of HOA presidents are not cool people. And I don't know what that's about. So red flag. That is not a national treasure. We need to get rid of you. In fact, in the state of Florida, this is a fun fact, they're not allowing HOAs anymore because they're a scam. So if you're not grandfathered in, there will not be new jobs for you moving forward if it was your dream to be an HOA president. So thank God for that. Red flag. Glad I got that off my chest. Again, Black Friday camping. What are we doing? What are we doing? What do we want so bad that's 70% off that we are pitching tents on dirty sidewalks outside of shitty superstores? No. Walmart, absolutely. You would have to pay me to buy something from Walmart. You'd have to pay me and you'd have to pay for whatever I need to buy. I don't want to go to Walmart. I don't know what my thing is. Maybe it's like PTSD from my early 20s or like not even then, my end of high school. I can't do Walmart. But anyway, not the point. Camping outside of stores for Black Friday. No, immediately, no. I wouldn't camp outside of an Hermes for a free frickin' Birkin. Wouldn't do it. That's crazy. Maybe some of you bitches would. And I'm proud of you for doing that. But no, the camping outside of stores for a big discount is lost on me. Wait till Cyber Monday 3 days later and order that shit. Keep it in your cart and then just bloop. As soon as it's Cyber Monday, just send that shit. And now, by the way, isn't it like a week long? Isn't it like extended? Oh, we extended our sale. You don't even have to do that. People used to die on Black Friday from getting trampled by crowds of people running into department stores? No, you got me fucked up. That's no. Red flag, sorry. Drinking a 40-ounce cup of soda before 9 a.m. I don't want to make this a national treasure, but I'm going to make it a national treasure. Even though it's a huge red flag, we are known for being unhealthy as Americans. We are known for being probably the most obese country in the world. I don't know if that's a fact, so don't quote me on that. But I would venture to say, to the point where you realize it's the World Cup right now. FYI, America plays on Monday. Or when you're seeing this, we just played on Monday, so hopefully we win. Can't freaking wait. And I'm not even a soccer fan. I love America, so I'm going to watch soccer when they play. Anyways, the countries coming into the United States for the World Cup, they were shipping food for the people of their country, like the teams and stuff, because they were so afraid to eat American food because they know how many toxins we have in our food, like soda. That's crazy. And it's embarrassing and we need to get our shit figured out. But I'm going to go with national treasure because I don't think getting like a 40-ounce, what do they call them? Like a big gulp at the 7-Eleven, I don't think that's ever going to end. I think that's always going to be a thing. And on 7-Eleven in a few days, it will be free Slurpees at 7-Eleven. Another iconic move by America. So I'm going to give us that one. I'm going to give it to us. Flying the American flag bigger than your garage at your house. Yes, that is a national treasure. Don't touch that one. I actually just had this conversation with my fiance a few days ago. And I said, when we buy our house, our next house, we have to have a flagpole so we can hang a giant American flag right in the front of our property. Like I'll even, there's like a little patch of grass. I'll build it if I have to. Big ass pole, big ass flag. And then right beneath that flag is gonna be a feral flag. I'm gonna let my feral flag fly, baby. Now, yeah, more people should do that. Be proud to be an American. Hang a flag bigger than your garage out front of your house. I'm about it, yes. Calling every vacation a road trip, that's some American ass shit for sure. Yeah. And this is probably because we're staying in America to vacation. So if you're road tripping around, yeah, that's a national treasure. I'm not gonna touch that one. But keep it, yes. Air fryer obsession, I don't think that that's that big of a deal. And I also think that what we're putting in our air fryer is still probably toxic, unhealthy shit, because everything that you want that's crispy is besides a Brussels sprout, maybe, is unhealthy. So what are we throwing in an air fryer? I don't want to keep that one. I want to red flag that because I don't think that air fryers are as big of a deal as they used to be when they first came out. But if like given the option, don't deep fry it, air fry it. Yeah, sure. I get it. Saying, and this will be the last one I do. Saying I paid for it, so I'm taking the leftovers. Yeah, that's a national treasure. I don't see that one going away. Hilarious. And yeah, I can't talk shit on this one because I used to take home leftovers and then I realized that my refrigerator just became a cemetery of styrofoam boxes for way too long. So I don't do leftover stuff anymore unless I plan on eating it that day. Like you're doing the health hack where you chop your food in half because American sized plates are so big full of food and then you make it 2 meals in the same day. Groovy. But, and actually shout out to my sister-in-law. She loves leftovers. She'll eat anything. In fact, I should just call Karen if I ever have leftovers. I'm like, yeah, can you come over and eat all the food in my fridge? Because she'd probably be like, hell yeah, I'm there. So to each their own. But yeah, I'll give that one a national treasure, sure. If I could choose one of these stereotypes to go to jail, we're putting the HOA president energy in jail. And you don't even have to be an HOA president to have HOA president energy, okay? If that is your energy, we need to help you. We need to help you, or we need to put you in jail. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. If I had to choose what is something that America does better than literally everyone else, that's hard. That's hard. First one that comes to mind, capitalism. Hell yeah. Yo, we like to make money. We know how to make money. We will work we will not stop working. Americans have like created a life to make money in their sleep. It's insane. Probably toxic, also iconic. Great. Yeah, capitalism. Americans grind. You go to other countries and they're like, they take off in the middle of the afternoon for like 2.5 hours to eat lunch or take a nap. And you're like, you would get fired in America if you did that. So it's like so different. And our military, dude, greatest military in the world. I don't care what anybody says. You can love me for that. You can hate me for that. America's military. That's what I would say. For sure, we do better than everybody else. We are next level. And shout out to our troops. Shout out to being in the American military. You guys are badasses. And we get this freedom today because of guys like you and girls like you. So hell yeah. And our founding fathers. Hello. Shout out to them. This is their celebratory day. And they're probably like waving a feral flag in their graves as we speak. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. And if I could choose one thing that we need to calm down on as Americans, or as society, culture, there's probably a lot of things, actually. I probably have a laundry list of shit we could calm down about because we're loud and we're big and we're aggressive and everything's supersized and we're a lot all the time. But that's what I love about being American, because I clearly fit into that bucket. Sorry. But one thing I just don't like that's super apparent lately, and this is like the most basic answer I could give you, is hate online. We need to calm down with that shit. the fact that we're spreading so much hate on people we don't even know drives me insane. Like, I will jump into a comment section to leave a funny comment or laugh at somebody or give somebody props on something I thought was hilarious online, and they're just trolled with negativity, like really, really bad toxic shit. So I think we as a country and as a society need to calm down with being so mean to each other. Like, enough is enough. It's not like why spread negativity when there's so much positivity that you could give back to the world that actually comes back to you. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's shitty and I'm over it. I don't like seeing it. I don't like hearing about it. I realize it creates a lot of clout and influencers and celebrities and everything. You got to do what you got to do. Keep people talking, whatever. But truly, if you wouldn't say what you write on the internet to somebody's face, don't say it. Like, don't type it. Like, you're making yourself look like an asshole and you're wasting your own time and theirs. We could calm down with that. Let's calm down with that. All right, so let's move on and let's get into some facts, some feral facts about America. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to try to get through this speedy quick because there is 40 of them. So I got to be on my shit. Easy. Today is America's 250th anniversary. It's their birthday. We've been a country for 250 years today. Literally today as I'm sitting here. So very exciting. Happy birthday, America. Mwah. We love you so much. Interesting. There are more museums in America than there are Starbucks and McDonald's locations combined, which is crazy because I'd venture to say, as a fellow American, I've probably visited more McDonald's and Starbucks locations than I've visited museums. That's a bad American badge right there. I need to probably go to more museums and go see some shit. And I bet most of us could probably say that because that's crazy. That's a lot of museums. Think about, there's like 5 Starbucks in like 1 square block in most places, I think. Same with McDonald's. Okay, let's go. The White House has 132 rooms in it. That's bananas. That's huge. Wow. Why do we even call it the White House? We should call it like the White Castle or like the White Plaza or the White Palace. 132 rooms? Yo, I need to take a tour of the White House. That sounds fantastic. Oh man. The national bird almost wasn't the bald eagle. The national bird was almost the turkey. Ho! Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. I wish. Actually, no. Love a bald eagle. They're beautiful. I've seen them so many times in Montana. They're massive. They're gorgeous. They're like, you want to stop your truck on the side of the road and just gawk at it because they are a stunning bird. So thank God that's the American bird. But a turkey, dude? Oh, man. That would have been dope. Just gobbling. Just... can't even fly. Great for Thanksgiving dinner. Like, I wonder how that conversation went down and who were the people who decided this. I need to know more about this topic. I'm going to dive into this on another moment of time. The shortest war America fought lasted only a few hours. I wish I knew which one it was because that's kind of a lame point, but also very interesting. A couple-hour war. Solid. I wish we knew more. I'm sorry I'm not giving more information on that. Next. Americans eat billions of pizza every year. It's random. Billions. I don't think we can fathom because we hear the word billion and billions and billionaire all the time now. And I don't think as Americans, we actually understand or can fathom how much a billion of something is. Just 1 billion and then multiple billions. That's a lot. That is a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, ranch dressing is one of America's favorite condiments. Facts. We know that. We've established that. If I haven't established it enough for you, everybody who loves ranch as much as the next guy, comment below and just be like, dude, yep, ranch on everything. Get it. Love it. Ranch fucks. Let's go. The average American drinks around 400 cups of coffee annually. Interesting. Interesting too, because if you think about it, there's 365 days in a year. So more than a cup of coffee a day. And if you get crazy and you're like a coffee fiend like me and some people that I know, actually, let me just rat out my fiance really quick. Since he's been home since having his surgery, I shit you not, he drinks 5 to 6 espressos a day. I have to fill up the water in the coffee machine almost daily because I have one every morning at least. And then if I'm feeling groovy, I'll have like an iced coffee in the afternoon, but caffeine free because I might blow my heart out if I don't throw some decaffeinated beans in there. But 400 annually. Interesting. What do you guys think about that? I feel like that's low, to be honest. But I also feel like most people are coffee drinkers. But maybe 1 cup a day keeps the doctor away. I don't know. Also, before I move on, is it considered a cup of coffee if it's like 90% cream and like splash of coffee? Because I know people who do this, and I'm not going to say who I know because I don't want to be mean, but some people justify that as a cup of coffee, and that, my friend, is not a cup of coffee. That is a cup of dairy. That is a cup of fat. That is a cup of cream with a splash of coffee. All right, so let's be real on what we're considering coffee here, because that's just an interesting thought. That's got to be some American shit that we put like cream and sugar and like 48 different flavors into like a little cup of coffee. What's that about? I don't know. Another fun food fact, hot dogs are eaten by the billions annually in America. That's a lot of dogs, dude. Putting down dogs around here. I'm not a fan of hot dogs unless I'm at a ballpark. Like, I'll hit up a ballpark brat, no problem. Great. In fact, like if I'm going to a game, that's probably what I'm gonna get, because that's nostalgia. Okay, that's like the move. You crave that when you're at a stadium, right? I think so. But on like the reg, nah. I think there's a hot dog place in Fort Lauderdale that I've driven past 1,000 times that I guess has been there for a really long time. And there's always people at it. Same, Will was telling me about one in Miami that it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's still there. Best hot dogs in the world. I'm like, the best hot dogs in the world. It's a hot dog. It's basically like 3 different animals ground up and like put into sausage form and like boiled in a bucket of hot water, right? Like what could be the best one? I don't know. I'm a brats bitch though. I could house a couple brats, no problem. Moving on. Americans consume more peanut butter than almost anywhere else in the world. That I can get down with, because recently, within like the last year, maybe 2, I've really gotten into peanut butter, and I didn't like it growing up. I love peanut butter on like peanut butter ice cream, peanut butter frozen yogurt, chocolate peanut butter, any kind of candy bar, peanut butter cracker, peanut butter on s'mores, Reese's peanut butter cup s'more, peanut butter in protein shakes. Who's texting me? Leave me alone. Yeah, peanut butter. And I'm a proud American to say that we consume the most peanut butter. Almost anywhere else. This is good stuff. I like it. This doesn't surprise me at all. Online dating is how most people meet today in America. That seems like a solid fact. I believe that 100%. Crash and burn most of the time, but how many people do you know? They're like, oh yeah, we met on Hinge. Oh yeah, we met on Tinder. Oh yeah, we met on Bumble. You know, like quite a few people now. Don't you? I didn't. I met old school drinking in a bar like on a random Thursday. But hey, this is the new norm. Meeting your lover online. Who would have thunk it? Another interesting fact around dating. Americans spend billions of dollars every year on dating. I don't know if that's like on online dating platforms. No, I think that's like how much they spend going on dates, which makes sense. I feel like a lot of dating is going on. Maybe that's why people don't want to like do dinners anymore, because they're like, this is getting really expensive to go to nice dinners, and like maybe we'll just grab coffee. Lame, red flag. Don't date that American. No, I'm just kidding. I think coffee is great. I think that's fantastic. But yeah, spending billions of dollars on dating every year. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Americans, we be like that sometimes. Oof. I feel this one so hard right now. The average wedding costs tens of thousands of dollars. Yep, sure does. I won't tell you how much we're spending on our wedding. I won't do it. I won't do it because it's embarrassing to me. It's beautiful, glorious, gonna be fab, but also ridiculous. Like, just for an example, you guys, I have a 4X tax on my hairstyle for my wedding because I have the word bride in front of my name because it's for my wedding. So I have to pay 4 times the amount to put a bun in my hair, which, if you guys want to know, it's going to cost me $1,200, including a 22% tax. And I kind of want to like pull my eyelashes out one at a time when I think about it. Crazy. Yeah, weddings, very expensive. More couples now live together before marriage than ever before. That is an interesting fact. also highly advise against. I mean, I guess I can't say that because Will and I moved in together less than a year of dating, but I also kept my own place for the entire time we were together until after we got engaged. So I always had my own place to go back to, but I didn't get rid of it. But we also lived together. But I don't know, move in after you get engaged or do what I did, or I don't know. I get it from both sides. It's actually a huge debate online. Maybe I should do a full episode on that because that's like a really, really hot topic right now. And there's a lot that goes into it. And it's very one-sided on both sides. Like you're either all in or you're all out. And I get it, but I digress. Pet ownership is often considered a dating green flag. I think so too. I think when you have a pet, you have responsibility for loving something else and making sure that it's always taken care of in the best way possible. Because, right, we're obsessed with our pets. Don't get me started on Manolo. I kiss him 1,000 times a day and I tell him that he's perfect and beautiful about every 4 minutes or so. So I get it. And then same Doberman, love, Creed is the best. Shout out to my pets. I love you so much. So yeah, I could see why that's a green flag, especially in America. We're big on pets here. We are nicer to animals than we are to humans, as we should be. They don't have voices, but we should also be nicer to each other. But yeah, big fan. I can see why Americans give pet ownership a big old green flag. Another fun fact, Hollywood produces hundreds of films every year. Not surprising. I mean, that's kind of their job. That's what they do. But it is interesting how many of them we don't see. We didn't see hundreds of films come out in theaters this year, did we? Or last year or the year before that. So it really makes you think. They're controlling what we can see and what we can watch and what they're putting out there. Wonder if we could go into like the archives and get like movies that never made it to theaters. Maybe some of them just suck too. Or maybe them are like really raw and true and entertaining. What was one that I recently saw that was like that? Oh, Disclosure Day. Every American should watch Disclosure Day. Every single American should watch that movie. If you haven't seen it in theaters, buy it on whatever platform it's streaming on. This is not a plug. This is not a promo. I'm not affiliated with this film. I wish I was. I wish I was in the movie. That's how good it was. That is the most real movie that I have ever seen in my lifetime. And it's the last one since E.T., which shout out to Spielberg again, because that movie is incredible. And they actually use real information from real things that have happened in America in that film in real time. And they use footage from it. Like that is some real shit. And not to get crazy and get conspiracy alien on you, but everybody needs to watch that movie. And I personally think that they start leaking this kind of information and allowing it in theaters because they are desensitizing us to it because we're going to meet some aliens soon. And that's what I think, and everybody should watch it. Shout out Hollywood. Americans stream more content than cable TV now, 100%. And that's a lot. That's crazy. Everybody's addicted to their phone. It's becoming a problem. But yeah, we are constantly... TikTok is the news for people my age now. And like guilty as charged. I know half of the things that are going on in the world because of social media, not because I watch Fox News or CNN or anything like that. It's because of like what we're feeding ourselves on the internet. So we have to be really careful because a lot of that shit's not true. Love this and kind of don't love it at the same time. But country music is having one of its biggest cultural movements. I go back to being country before country was cool. It's kind of like a fad thing. There are artists, and sorry, not to shit on Beyonce. She had no business being in country music. She like good for her. I think that they just bought it for her at this point because that was not what country music was about. It's never been what it's about. So I can see why it's having this big like cultural uplift and it's great, but you have to like real country music artists that grew up in the country and lived that lifestyle and are writing songs about it. That's country music. That's like real shit. Like Ella Langley, love her. She's country. Miranda Lambert, Reba McEntire. I mean, there's real country artists, but most people that listen to country music now don't know any of that. Most people don't even know who George Strait is, which if you don't know, he's the king of country. Like if you don't know certain names in country music, you don't know what country music is really about. And that's just me. And I'm biased as shit because country music is my jam. Like I could do a whole episode just on country music artists alone. And I'm passionate about it and I don't want to get hasty. So I'm going to move on, but focus on real country music artists, okay? And what country music is truly about. And it'll change your life. Reality TV helped create influencer culture in America. I can believe that. But I also think that influencer culture helped reality TV still going, because if you notice, now they bring people on who have a big following as an influencer, and they bring them into the reality TV world. So I can see it both ways. But yeah, that's an interesting fact about America. Not surprised. Love reality TV. I could throw on Bravo and just listen to housewives fight for hours, you know? So that's probably my toxic trait. Super Bowl commercials have become almost as famous as the game itself in America. I believe that. I think actually I know some people only watch the Super Bowl, 1 for the commercials and 2 for the halftime show. They don't actually care about the game as much. But great marketing, great promos, good for the NFL network. That's some American shit. That's what I'm talking about, capitalism. They're like, we're going to make our money. Everybody's going to make money. We got sponsors. We got shit to do. Like, money never sleeps here. Moving on. Compared to most other countries, Americans move more frequently than many other countries. Interesting. We move a lot. I wonder why that is. Probably because renting is so great. So we're just like, didn't work out. Bored here. Want to move somewhere. I don't know. But that's an interesting fact. I have moved a lot. I have moved so many times. Lots of houses. Anyway, reinvention is practically embedded in the history of Americans. And that is a fact. We are literally, it's almost like we're born and bred to reinvent ourselves over and over and over again in this life. We are pro reinvention and just keep hustling, keep moving forward, all the things. Yes, I would definitely say that is the American way, if you will. So interesting fact. Reinvention is America's identity. Millions of people every year start businesses in America. Also a fact. Great for opportunity. That's what makes us one of the greatest countries ever, because we have the ability to do that. So the fact that millions of Americans are starting new businesses every year makes me super happy. That's a really, really large amount. Millions of people are starting businesses. Good on ya. America has one of the world's largest volunteer communities. Love that. Love giving. Love gratitude. Giving back is always great. We got friendly Americans here too. See, it hasn't died. Volunteer culture hasn't died. Americans, we're still on it. People relocate states constantly, chasing opportunity. Interesting, probably because the rules change from state to state in the United States, in America. So that's an interesting fact. People are actually relocating and uprooting their lives for better and bigger opportunities for themselves and for their families. I like it. Super weird fact. There are towns in America named Santa Claus, Paris, and Hell. Hell, America? Where are you? I don't want to go and visit. I don't want to know anything about that. That doesn't sound like my kind of town. Paris, I feel like I've heard of. I don't remember what state that's in. Santa Claus, definitely never heard of that town. But hey, I bet it's very jolly. Some states still have bizarre old laws technically on the books. I don't understand what the point of that statement is. Cut this long pause because I'm like, I don't know what to say. I have heard some weird laws where, like, I think it's still legal to hang people in some states. Maybe not anymore, but I feel like there was a couple stragglers still left. Not that they're actually practicing that. Also, there was some weird state that didn't allow tennis balls on the ends of like old people walkers. Somebody could have just fed me that bullshit, but I swear I heard that was like banned in a certain state, like tennis balls on the bottom. I don't remember. And then pretty sure, this is all just off the top of my head. This is not fact, so this could be, I don't know. In Montana, you can still use a horse for transportation. And like if you rode your horse to school, they still would have to facilitate it and feed it while you're there. That people don't do that. I think that was like a senior prank, but legally they're supposed to. Interesting. Unless it's been changed since. I don't know. Oh, also, this one is really interesting. And I don't like, I think I've had this conversation with someone that's from there. That's actually, she's been on the show. So you guys can watch her episode. But something about strippers in Oregon, they can be fully naked, but they have to wear a butt plug when they're on the stripper pole. It was like a city ordinance or something. Again, don't quote me on this stuff. This is just shit that people tell me. And now I'm like, maybe I should question the shit that people tell me because that sounds crazy, but there was something along the lines of that. I don't know. Or maybe it's just very popular there, or it's just per that municipality or certain strip clubs in that area. I don't know. I'm going to fact check myself after this though. Alaska has more coastline than every other United States state combined. That's a lot of coastline. One grocery trip can somehow cost $300 and you leave the yogurt and the paper towels. Yes, that happens all the time. That is a fact as an American, but that's not a great fact. That's just like a random dumb shit that women forget to do at the grocery store, I think. Or men, doesn't matter, whoever's grocery shopping. Americans invented the drive-through obsession. So true. We have a drive-through for everything. We have a drive-through for coffee. We have a drive-through for food. We have a drive-through for groceries. We have we have so many drive-throughs. Kind of weird. Also kind of iconic, super convenient and fast. Like we're always in a hurry. We're like the most competitive in a rush kind of people. We need to, that's why when people go to Europe, they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. I want to live here forever. And then they come back because we're still the greatest country ever. But I'm biased. Pause. America has over 400 national parks in the country. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Shout out to Glacier National Park and shout out to Yellowstone because that's my region. So I'm shouting them out. And I think Everglades is down here in Florida. I don't know. I've never been. It remains one of the world's most immigrated to countries in the world. Makes sense. A lot of people immigrating here, legally and illegally. We're not going to get into that. But people want to come here for a reason. We've clearly got something to offer. We've got great shit going on. So people want to be here. And I like that people want to be here. We want you to be here too. Just do it the right way. Millions of people become U.S. citizens every 10 years. So every decade, we get millions of new immigrants that become legal citizens in the United States. That's a lot, but we've got space. We've got the room. The United States has one of the largest charitable giving cultures in the world. Love that. Super charitable, giving, grateful. Again, I'm liking this. Goes back to the volunteer. I like volunteer. This is good. This is good stuff. Small businesses make up the overwhelming majority of American businesses. Yes, small businesses. Not all of them are Fortune 500 companies. We got a lot of those, but majority is a small business. So support your local businesses, support local small businesses. Super important. We love them. We want to keep them going. Keep America great. That's good stuff here. Americans buy millions of inflatable holiday decorations every year. That's crazy, but hilarious. Also, why are we throwing them away? Like, shouldn't we just put them in storage? Or then you have the people who, my family has been guilty of this, where we just leave the holiday lights up all year round. You just never take them down. Oh my gosh. That's some iconic American shit. That's national treasure type shit. Just Christmas lights up all year round. We're not lighting them up, but like, oh, well, they're already up and now it's December. Turn on the lights. Groovy Tuesday. Yeah. That's some American shit for sure. People decorate for the holidays months early. Yes, we do. As soon as Halloween is over, I'm putting my Christmas tree in my house. Yeah. 1 month is not enough. It's just simply not enough. If you're waiting till after Thanksgiving, my mom she would put up our Christmas tree the weekend of Thanksgiving because it's like a 4-day weekend every year, right? So that was her drive. Not enough for me. I'm getting a big ass Christmas tree. I'm going all in on decorations. I'm decorating the whole house. To do that for just like 4 weeks isn't enough. No, like 1 month. No, we're doing it right after Halloween, 2 months, holiday decor, make it worth it. It's a big job. So yeah, definitely I'm doing that early. So I hope that other Americans are too. And I know that there are because I know I'm not the only one. I've helped other people decorate their homes for Christmas well before Thanksgiving. So just saying. Pumpkin spice somehow became a personality trait in the United States. It has. We all know the PSL girlies out there. They exist. It's coming soon. Like I think they start serving PSLs in September, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, in America, being a pumpkin spice latte girl is definitely a thing and it's definitely American. And I'm proud of it. Keep it going. Do what you got to do, girl. There's nothing better than a crispy pumpkin spice chai latte with whatever the hell kind of foam drizzled and sprinkles and sunshine shit. I don't care. Yes, keep it alive. That's very American. I'm a fan.
It's normal for Americans to wait in line for hours for new cups. What kind of cups? Be specific. These are not good facts. I don't know what cups are, like C cups, like boob cups, like what, like China cups, espresso cups, red Solo cups, Yeti cups, Stanley cups, the Stanley Cup from the NHL because we love hockey. Yes. I don't know what we're talking about. That's a bad fact. Sorry. And last but certainly not least, only Americans can argue online for 6 hours and then invite each other over to the other neighborhood barbecue. This is clearly just me shit talking at this point. These aren't even like legit facts. These are nonsense facts and I'm liking it, but it's true. And that goes back to the online argument. We got to stop doing that. And then just 10 minutes later, we're friends again. We're like, oh, come over to the barbecue, Jim. Like, we're gonna have some wings and shoot off some fireworks. Yeah, America. Yes. But I love it and I love us and I love this country. Quick true or false, just for fun. True or false? The U.S. has more cows than people. True or false? What do you guys think? I'll let you answer and then I'll tell you. False. There are not more cows in the United States than there are people anymore. There was at one point, but not anymore. Alaska is bigger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Holy shit. That's true. Holy cow. Damn, Alaska's huge. If that doesn't put it into perspective for you, that's a massive state. That's like a country of its own. It's bigger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Damn, Alaska. Get it, girl. Yeah. Americans eat over 150 million hot dogs every 4th of July. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday, America. 150 million hot dogs will be eaten today. 4th of July, Saturday, 2026. America's birthday. That's bananas. Now I want to go to the store and buy hot dogs. See if there's probably not even any left. 150 million hot dogs. Crazy. The bald eagle almost wasn't America's national bird. True. We already knew that. It was almost the turkey, which would have been amazing, but love the bald eagle. Yes. Hawaii grows coffee commercially. True. Didn't know that. Very interesting. As a coffee nut, that is an interesting fact. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I just want you to keep in mind that being an American is a privilege. Our country is amazing. It's not perfect, but it is ours. So it's our duty and our responsibility as fellow Americans to take care of it and love it and make it what it is and what it was always meant to be. That's why we're different. That's why we're problematic. That's why people come after us. And that's why everybody wants to fucking move here. Okay. We should ultimately be so grateful for our freedom because we do live in a free country. We have the freedom to create the lives that we want, build our own businesses, fail a million times over, start over whenever we want, reinvent ourselves, our personalities, our lives, our living situation, anything. At the drop of a dime, we just have to want it and we can do it. That's how much opportunity we have in this country. That's why it's so great. Again, that's why people want to come here. They want to move here. They want to move their families here and change their life here because you can, as hard as you work, you can genuinely change your life in America by becoming an American citizen or already being one based on your work ethic. You can work your ass off and create the biggest life that you want or the smallest life that you want. You just have to want it bad enough. All the innovation that happens, it happens here. In America, in the United States. Not to say other countries don't do the same thing, but America is special for a reason. And I think we need to focus on that. And I think that we've lost that a little bit lately. But if you look around and you watch and you really tap into society, you can be from any background and be in America and build the life that you want or build something of meaning to you. In this country, we're goofy, we're funny, we're wild, we're loud, we're too much, we're problematic, we got a big ego. Sure, we're a big ass country, we have a lot to say, but most countries are that way. We're just special. We're out there and we don't all agree. We don't all have to be friends. We don't all have to like what everybody else is doing. We're like a bunch of siblings housed here together that are like, oh, we're driving each other crazy and we're a hot mess. And I disagree with this one and I disagree with that one. And this doesn't work. And that's a bad idea. This is the greatest thing of all time. We are a mess. We are a hot mess express when it comes to a country, but that's what makes us us. We are a melting pot because of the diversity that is held with inside of our country. Pause. Which makes it so beautiful because you can come here and be whoever you want to be. So many countries do not allow you that privilege. Some countries don't even allow you to speak. They don't allow you to make money. They don't allow you to wear what you want to wear or say what you want to say or live where you want to live or own your own business. Seriously, you guys should pay more attention. We are so privileged to be American. And our founding fathers worked really, really hard to make that so. And all of the people who have ran this country, Democrat, Republican, liberal, like it doesn't matter. Stop hating each other because of politics. It's something that I don't talk about on the show because I don't like it because it brings so much negativity. But we are America for a reason. And we got to keep ourselves American and keep ourselves going. But seriously, guys, we don't have to agree on everything, and that's okay. Patriotism doesn't require you to believe that your country is perfect because no country is perfect. We're all different for all very different reasons, as we should be. But it does require appreciating the ideals of your country while also trying to make it a better place to be. And I think that's what we should focus on. And we're out here living the American dream, and all of us have different dreams, and all of us are doing our damn thing. So let's just take a moment to appreciate being an American, living in America, being a part of what this crazy life and this crazy country has to offer us. I don't want to keep you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this holiday special, and make sure to follow the show. If you don't already, follow it, Feral the Podcast. You guys can follow me at Savannah_Montana. Make sure you submit your feral confessions or any questions that you have at the website, SavannahMontana.com. Enjoy your 4th of July. Eat all the hot dogs, go to the barbecues, jump in the pool, light off all the fireworks, the sparklers, have a freaking time. Like, I know that I'm recording this and you guys aren't seeing it until a week later. So I hope that their 4th of July was fabulous and you had the best time ever. And in the meantime, stay feral, just like Uncle Sam told you to. Stay feral, and I will see you guys next Friday. Okay, love you, bye. Tell you who the fuck I think I am. You got a minute? Wow.